oh my God, no serial numbers. That's what we're supposed to be scared of. There are no serial numbers on these untraceable firearms. We're here to talk about HB 425 and the cross-filed Senate Bill 538, the Untraceable Firearms Bill, otherwise known as the Ghost Gun Bill. Representatives up there in Annapolis are in full force right now trying to get this thing through. There's a difference between the two different bills. The Senate bill had been modified, edited, amended, I think is probably the best term, when it was in session in committee. So what's coming out doesn't match the House bill. So there's got to be some reconciliation there, but they're really trying to push forward and make this law here quickly, which is going to infringe upon our rights to be able to build our own tools at home. It's a tradition that goes way back. This is not new. It's a tradition that predates our country. We've been able to build our own guns at home since before our country was a country. And because of that, we have to really slow down and think about it. And one of the people who gave testimony, I think in the Senate, had said, you know, we better think long and hard if we're going to take away a right that I had, that my father had, and that my grandfathers had, and take it away from my children and future generations forever. That's something that we better make sure we have right. You know, or is it, you know, is this law really going to have an impact, or is it just going to affect law-abiding citizens and hobbyists? You know, so talking about hobbyists, I had a friend of mine who built his own gun here recently, just recently took it to the range. It took him 6 months of you know, so he bought the kit, he went and started researching all the stuff that he needed and got all of that. And thanks to the supply chain crisis from this administration, things were slow to come in. And then once they did get here, he had to go put a bunch of time and energy into learning how to make the gun. But you know, so like I think he said that it cost almost $1,000 with all the parts that he had to buy, and a little bit more for the cost of the tools that he needed to buy that he didn't have, and then all the time that he put into learning how to do it so he didn't screw up the kit, and had to buy a few replacement springs and parts that he broke or got wrong parts in and stuff like that. It wasn't an easy thing to do, especially for first time. But I tell you what, I was there when he shot it on the range for the first time, and I'm telling you, he loved it. The look on his face, the grin was awesome. Pure satisfaction and pride and ownership, and that's something that he'll forever be able to say that he did on his own. Is that what's really affecting our public safety right now? Is that the ability for us to be? No. In fact, you're going to take that right away from this generation and all future generations. And for what? Are these really the biggest threats to our safety? No. In fact, they're rarely used in crimes, very rarely. In fact, less than 1/4% of gun crimes involve these ghost guns. Okay, so it's not about serial numbers. How when people steal guns, they grind serial numbers off. So what good? I mean, forget about it. It's ridiculous. It's not going to affect criminals. It's only going to affect. It's another way to try and put a barrier up in front of law-abiding gun owners' right to go and exercise our right to bear arms. That's it. They know that. They're not coming after criminals with this. That is not what they're doing. They know. They're just trying to continue to make it hard for us here in the state of Maryland to have access to our Second Amendment rights. Remember how that Firearm Safety Act of 2013 was supposed to be the end all be all for gun violence? Remember? How'd that work out? We know for a fact that that Firearm Safety Act of 2013 directly resulted in an increase of 300% or something like that in Baltimore. We know. I mean, science proves it out. It's just, we got to stop. We got to stop infringing on our rights. We got to stop letting them do it. MSI, Maryland Shall Issue, has a really good gun bill tracker. You can go there, you can check it out. It's right on the front page. Go read about this. Mark and the team, they've done a really good job of, way better than I'm doing here, of articulating why this is a bad thing to do. Go check it out. I'm going to post the link to MSI down below. I'm also going to go ahead and post a link to how you can find your delegate and senator and contact them and let them know that you're tired of this, and that you want them to protect and preserve our rights and our freedoms instead of the horse that they're currently on. So that's about it. I'm going to go make another video later, something a little bit more fun, but that'll be all for now. So remember, safety first, safety last, and safety always.